Welcome back, guys. It is your boy Creedz back with another Apex video for you guys today. And today we have 5 tips to reach diamond faster for all you plat players that are struggling out there. Cause I got you. As a further ado, let's get right into the video. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe, and yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so the first tip that I do want to go through is basically if you guys are struggling to find your main in the game, one thing that I advise you guys to do, especially if you're going to be playing rank, is try to play a meta legend, especially if you're going to try to hit diamond. I highly recommend to play a meta legend. A meta legend is basically any legends from Wraith, Gibby, Bloodhound, Vault, Caustic, or Octane. Those are really the meta legends for this season. If you guys have your own legend that you're very comfortable with and you guys obviously have spent hours playing on, this doesn't really apply to you because, for example, I use Watson and I've been playing her for the longest. Yeah, I still use her in rank and I don't really use a meta legend unless I have to. But if you can't find that legend that you really mess with, I advise you to try to learn and pick up a meta legend. Understand their abilities and utilize them in the very best way possible. Okay, so for tip number 2, when picking a landing spot with your squad or if you're solo queuing, try to land with at least one other team. The reason why I say at least land with one other team, especially in a small POI, you guys want to be landing at the non-hot spots of the map. You guys want to be landing at those small POIs. For example, a good POI to land at is either epicenter, climatizer, thermal station, staging, and there's some couple other good ones, but those are the ones that are mostly ideal to land at. You guys want to be landing at those small POIs with at least one other team to get that early KP, because early KP is really good, especially if you're gonna be in the diamond rank where basically early KP is a must. So try to not land, just stay away from the hotspots like fragment, siphon, basically the hotspots that everyone knows and you see multiple squads land at. It is really not the way to go because there is a very low chance of you either getting a guaranteed good weapon or just a weapon in general and then basically getting sent back to the lobby. Alright guys, so on to tip number 3. When it comes to Apex rank, you really need to be rotating early. I can't stress this enough because rotating early will benefit you and your team, or if you're solo queuing, so much. You really need to understand that basically when you're rotating late and you end up staying to fight a squad in zone, while yes, you could wipe the squad, you also need to worry about how much heals you and your team have. Once you get out of zone and into circle, you either will have no intel on where each team is, and for all you could possibly know, you can either get jumped or aped by a squad that either has better positioning than you, or if a squad's gatekeeping, which that's a very toxic move. But honestly, when it comes to Apex, especially in the higher ranks, you see a lot of teams do it. So one thing that I do advise and recommend that you and your squad do, or if you're solo queuing, is try to rotate early. Get that better positioning and basically do what you got to do to get that positioning and get that early rotation. Alright, so on to tip number 4. So I've seen many players do this, especially in the platinum rank, and it's basically ratting out your entire game, or just the entire game, especially when 2 of your teammates end up getting knocked and basically getting aped, griefed basically. You decide to rat out just for that 6+ RP, or what, possibly getting top 2 just to get maybe what, plus 24. At the end of the day, you really need to look at it from a different perspective. It's honestly not worth it. You're just basically wasting time when you could have just went back to the lobby and possibly gained that negative 36, basically gain more RP than what you lost. This really is a confidence thing. I feel like a lot of players are just like afraid of losing negative RP points. At the end of the day, like I said, it's better to just not rat. It's just honestly a bad habit. Now I can completely understand if you're like what, 10+ RP away from diamond or from plat 2, plat 3, whatever, etc. Then yeah, rat out, why not? But just try not to make it a common thing. It's just honestly not the way to go. All right, so for tip number 5, I feel like this really is an important one to really look into, and it is playing with your team, sticking together as a team and communicating with your team. Basically playing as a team. So solo queuing, it's gonna be a little bit harder because you really are gonna have a hard time communicating with your randoms, but try to communicate them with either game chat or text chat. But yeah, try to really be one with the team. Stay together, stick with each other, because if you guys are going to be playing far from each other, it's bound to happen where one of you guys is going to get knocked and it's just going to be a 2v3 situation, which is honestly the worst situation possible in a ranked game. You're going to get outnumbered. This is not it. Really communicate with each other. Like if there's one player that is either weak or you guys want to focus on one player, basically ape that one player, you know, communicate that. I mean, that's really how these squads out here basically outmatch players. Even if the other team is way better than you guys, if you guys end up working together and, you know, focusing on one player, you guys can go one by one, knocking one by one. Really work as a team. But yeah, that's tip number 5. Alright, so before we end the video, I do want to leave you guys with a bonus tip because I got you like that. Anyways, so the tip that I really want to leave you guys with is, in the game of Apex, you really need to be thinking. You want to have that high IQ. So the question that I'm going to ask you guys right now that is going to help you is, know when to fight, or know if the fight is actually worth fighting. Now, most of the time when you end up pushing a fight, you really need to really think, is the fight really worth it? If we end up dropping that squad, is there going to be another squad that's going to, you know, jump us? Is it really worth fighting if we're going to get third party? So just keep that in mind, especially when you're moving up the ranks, and especially in Diamond, because if you end up pushing a squad and you know that it's in a hot area, or you know that there's multiple squads around you, be prepared to either dip and leave or be prepared to take the L, because yeah, you're probably gonna get 30. So really be cautious when fighting other teams, because there could be other teams waiting to ape you or third party you. So yeah, anyways, I hope you guys do enjoy the video. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe, and let me know down in the comments if you guys are struggling on any other thing, and if these tips helped you. As a further ado, hope you guys did enjoy this. It's been Creedz. Peace out and bye.
Listen.